Hey everybody, we're at South by Southwest Interactive 2016, and I'm here with Emma and Martin. We're gonna talk about something near and dear to my heart, digital comics, geek culture. Let's define what geek culture really means. So, Emma, what's your take on that?
So when I define geek, it's about being really passionate about something and really loving it. You know, whether it's comic books or cooking, it doesn't matter, you're passionate about it. Whereas nerd, I define that as being an expert on something, so you know everything about it. And you can be both. You can nerd out and geek out on something.
It used to be kids who were very into science and Dungeons and Dragons and fantasy when I was growing up, but now geek culture has diffused all parts of popular culture, and that's what we're going to talk about in our panel today. Everybody's an expert on something, on some sort of show.
Right, so we've seen geek go from something that was really kind of niche-oriented to mainstream, especially in the last 5-6 years. So I have to ask you, out of all the different properties that are out there that represent geek culture in some way, maybe they're related to comic books, maybe they were inspired by them, what do you consider your favorite?
Easy question for me, definitely The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead, excellent.
Walking Dead.
You got a chance to see them yesterday, I believe, some of the folks behind the scenes.
Yeah, that was really cool. There was a panel where they were talking about how they shot on 16mm film and kind of all of the technical aspects of that. So that was really cool to hear.
Well, there's a lot of great TV shows, a lot of great big blockbuster movies. I'd say my favorite, though, was Guardians of the Galaxy, not only because it's a great movie, but because it proved a model that you don't have to be one of these decades-old characters. I mean, they're old characters, but they weren't that well known. And we were just out in LA talking to different places, and they love the fact that they can take characters that didn't do that great as comic books and make them into movie stars.
So, what are you most excited to talk about today in the realm of digital comics and geek culture?
I just love talking about geek culture and really how that's, especially in Atlanta, we have Dragon Con, we have Joystick Game Bar, my parents' basement. We have so many geeky things going on. And so I just love telling that story because Atlanta is still figuring out what it's going to become, which is so exciting to kind of see the transition with the city. And so I just love that geekdom is such a huge part of that.
Yeah, I like talking about all this stuff too, more from a comic book perspective, because that's what we do at Farrago. And the fact that there's only 500,000 or 1 million people buying print comic books these days, but there's 50 to 100 million people who like comic books or like the source material, they just don't want to pay for it. And so just getting that word out and telling people there's alternatives to getting the source material is kind of gets me going.
Well guys, I'm really excited to learn more at the panel. I can't wait to see it. And you guys out there, remember, you can come to now.howstuffworks.com every day to learn about the coolest stories happening right now.